What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4. You're bringing you my first official Madden 16 video. I've been fucking grinding like a motherfucker for the last 2 days or so just on Ultimate Team. I'm not actually sure. I might get an Ultimate Team video up before. I'm trying to record an Ultimate Team and a connected franchise. As you know, some channels like to do like, hey, vote on what team I'm going to play. You know it's going to be the Eagles. I'm playing with the Eagles. So taking a first quick look here at the roster. Not exactly sure I'm going to start it. I guess I started the franchise as Chip Kelly. I'm going to play it as him. I don't really like playing as the owner too much. It's too much. I don't really care about setting the prices for like hot dogs and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be the coach. Looking at our roster right away. I had to update the free agents myself because Evan Mathis just actually signed for the Denver Broncos and stuff like, and Reggie Wayne was still a free agent. So I had to do stuff like that. So I couldn't do the most updated stuff. Plus, it kind of sucks because the Eagles just re-signed Michael Kendricks, which was a phenomenal piece of business. But I have to re-sign him in here, and hopefully he still accepts my deal. But like I said, we got Bradford there, 75. So all those, it's pretty. 71 for these are pretty high quarterback ratings. I'm not gonna lie. But that is what it is. So we're going to kind of talk about, just go through the roster and talk about, I'm going to pretty much simulate probably preseason. I might do some highlights of that in a second video. This here is just the original intro for the Eagles Connected career. Or what do they call it now? Connected franchise? Something cloud? There's something cloud. But we're going to look at guys on the ball making the roster. You got DeMarco Murray, Darren Sproles, Ryan Matthews are all guaranteed jobs. I might just keep Kenyon Barner. I actually wonder if he's nearly as good a returner as he is in real life right now, because especially on kickoffs, having him and Darren Sproles back there, doesn't matter what side of the field the kicker kicks it to, I'm going to have a dangerous returner. Fullback, don't have one. Wideouts, Jordan Matthews is a beast. Miles Austin, I don't know why Miles Austin's so high, but I'm not going to lie, I'm going to use Aguilar and Huff predominantly, a little bit of Cooper and Austin. But I mean, Jordan Matthews is my legit number one, so I'm kind of pumped for this. Tight end, Zach Ertz, Brent Selleck, Trey Burton, all guaranteed to probably make the roster. Even in real life, Trey Burton I actually think is incredibly underrated. Tomlinson's having a great preseason. And I usually end up cutting John Dornbos, the Magic Man himself. I mean, he's very valuable to the Eagles in real life, but I mean, I don't really give a shit about long snappers in Madden. So you're just taking up a roster spot, Dornbos. Jason Peters coming in with a 92 rating. Should be higher. I think his like actual. I don't know why their in-game rate or like their original ratings drop when you go in a franchise. Because I think he's like a 96, which is very, very appropriate. Jason Peters is, in my opinion, the best left tackle in the NFL. But a 92 is still alright. Left guard, we're going to have Barbara here. It's going to be an absolute battle. I actually was thinking about signing Evan Mathis when I got this, just off free agency, because I still don't agree with that move. But, of course, Denver snapped it up in real life. So we got Barbara and Tobin there. Might need to maybe look at free agency for left guard and right guard. Kelsey is a lock-on for center. Mulk's great depth at center. But, I mean, Kelsey, in my opinion, is the best center in the NFL. Look, I'm showing my Eagle bias. Right guard, we got Gardner there right now. Moffitt and Vanderveer are all playing for death rolls, but I mean, like I said, our two guard spots are very weak. Even in real, it's gonna be interesting to see if Barbary can hold up his side of the line, because we're really putting a lot of weight here on Barbary being legit. Right tackle, like I said, you got Lane Johnson and Dennis Kelly, both all right players. Kevin Graff had a nightmare of a game. I'm not gonna be surprised if he's one of our first cuts. Left defensive end, you got Ced Thornton and Vinny Curry. Vinny Curry actually has a couple trade offers, which we will look about at the end of this video. I'm going to try to keep this intro around 5-6 minutes. But I mean, I'm probably not going to trade Vinny Curry unless it's something exceptional, because Vinny Curry is one of my favorite players in real life. He's so versatile. Like, I could have him at depth at left end, and I could have him at depth at outside linebacker. So we're going to see about that. Right end, Fletcher Cox, absolute animal. I'm probably going to have to try to re-sign him immediately. Barrett Hart, good depth guys. But I'm going to have to, one of my big first moves, I'm going to have to try to re-sign Fletcher Cox and Michael Kendricks. Defensive tackle, Benny Logan. I'm expecting in real life him to have a monster year this year. Pro Bowl type season. He's looked phenomenal in the actual preseason so far. Bo Allen presents great depth. I don't know about the other guy. He might not make the final 53. Left outside linebacker, Barwin's going to make it. Brayman's going to make it just because I fucking love him. I love him. He did that suplex to Brian Bennett against the Colts, and he's all over the place, man. I think he's really good. I'm actually gonna try to develop him a little bit. Skinner probably not gonna make it. Skinner, Simpsons reference. Middle linebackers: Kendricks, Alonzo, and Ryans. Not sure how my cap situation is looking. Might have to cut D'Amico Ryans next year, but for right now, that's I think Kendricks and Alonso are going to be the Eagles' closest thing to Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman. You got Brad Jones, good depth. Acho, good depth. Hicks, rookie, probably going to try to develop him. Good and probably on the chopping block. Right outside linebacker, you got Graham and Marcus Smith. Hopefully I can try to develop Marcus Smith and get him some meaningful snaps. But Graham with an 83 looks like he's going to be pretty fun to play with. At corner, you got Maxwell Rowe and Nolan Carroll as your top three. Obviously Brandon Boykin's now gone to the Pittsburgh Steelers, which sucks. You got Jalen Watkins here, Biggers. I don't know. Let's get some playmakers there. Free safety, Malcolm Jenkins and Ed Reynolds. Malcolm Jenkins obviously is a very solid free safety. Ed Reynolds pretty much played himself onto the roster with his 2 picks against the Colts. Didn't have the strongest of the game against the Ravens, though, so maybe could be in jeopardy. You guys see how he plays against the Green Bay Packers this upcoming week. But as far as Madden goes, I'm going to give him a shot. Strong safety, you got Walter Thurmond. I have no idea how this is going to work. Obviously, he's going to have the cover skills, but will he be able to fucking tackle? I think he could be a liability. You got Maragos, who's a special teamer, Copeland and Prosinski. All these guys are pretty much depth. Copeland could present himself to be a fun player to play with a user. But I have no idea where I'm going with strong safety. Strong safety in the 2 guards are the 3 big question marks right now. Kicker Cody Parkey, 79. Probably should be a little bit higher, I think. And punter Donnie Jones, 71. Donnie Jones did kind of slip last year, but still a solid punter. So looking at free agents, we want to improve the 2 guards and the safety spots. Looking at what we got on free agents right now, Carl Nix. You got just a bunch of old guys that aren't really, Carl Nix is not a good ideal scheme fit. I could sign him, but that's gonna be. We're gonna have to probably actually see how they're doing, and we'll give them some game time. Again, and still, there's a couple old guys. There's no one really young. Maybe Karimi could be a nice right guard. Power run, more of a speed run. Not a scheme fit at all. See strong safety. DeJuan Landry, Quentin Carter, Bernard Pollard. Pollard will be fun because he is a New England Patriot killer, but he definitely has no speed whatsoever. There's no legit safeties there, but I did, as I mentioned at the top of the video, Vinny Curry has some trade offers, so we'll see what is there. And that's how we'll end it. I still got to cut a player here. I actually know who I'm going to cut. We'll cut one player right now for the highlight of the video, and it's going to be the guy who I fucking had the worst preseason game I've ever seen, and Kevin Graff is gone. You are gone, buddy. 500 cap space, but you were horrendous. Tim Tebow couldn't do shit with you on the field. We'll just finish this up actually with the trade offers, and that'll be the wrap of episode 1 of our Philadelphia Eagle Connected franchise. Obviously, how to get the meat of the business done now. Next video should be, I'll probably do a compilation of my 4 preseason games, and as well as like the signings and stuff I had to do in between. But let's review these offers for Vinny Curry. DJ Swearinger and a 7th rounder, no. 3rd rounder, no. Sendejo, 70. That's a strong safety right there. Michael Brockers don't need him. I don't need depth behind Vinny Curry. Sendejo, is that guy good? 70. That's something we gotta keep an eye on. That could be a good offer. That's a crap one. Crap. I don't want a 3rd. Walt Aiken, 70. Ooh. Dallas, 85 overall right guard and a 6th round pick for Vinny Curry. But that is dealing with scum. But that is a 85 right guard. Bernardo, I don't know how old he is. I know he usually is one of the strongest players in Madden, but 6th round pick and Bernardo, that is a good deal for Vinny Curry. I love Vinny Curry so much. One of my favorite underrated Eagles. I might have to fucking pull the trigger on that deal if the guard situation isn't as good as it is, which I don't think it will be. I think I'm going to have trouble running in the middle with DeMarco, and we need to make sure. I got injuries on. Injuries are on. So Sam Bradford needs to be able to stay in that pocket and not get hit. But that is one hell of an offer. Dallas really needs him. Fuck. Alright, we might have to come back to that. Now we know, at least we know the offers and where we're at. Do you guys think I should take that deal? Let me know in the comment section below. Should I fucking make that deal with the scum Dallas, or should I should keep Vinny Curry on the roster? Let me know what you guys think. That is episode 1. Like I said, I apologize for not being enough action, but you got to get the introduction out of the way. So expect episode 2 to have highlights from all our preseason games, and setting up episode 3 I'm expecting to be the start of the regular season. So as always, make sure you subscribe to Beast Mode TV if you're new to the channel. Obviously, if you're an Eagles fan, you're going to want to be here. Eagles in the real videos, Eagle franchise videos. subscribe, like. That's it. It's your boy C4 saying peace out.